Do I swipe right? I don't know. How does Tinder work? Do you swipe right or left?
Oh.
Join us and listen and provide feedback. You know, my philosophy when it was the King's Court is still the same. This is your show. We just run it for you. Today I've got Will with me again. Who's everybody in the background with you, Will?
Hey, what's going on? I've got Mark here.
Hey, I've been on before.
Longtime friend, roommate, prior guest host once. My little brother right here.
Hello. I'm still a silver.
Still silver. That's okay. We'll get there. How's yeah? Look, send me a VOD review and we'll go over it together. So how's your grind been? What have you been playing?
So lately, the three of us have just been playing Earth over and over and over because it's super addicting and fun. Basically, just the fast parts of the game. None of the farming really. It's great. You just speed the whole thing up. You can just teleport in wherever. We've been having a lot of fun with that. But what about you? Have you been still grinding? Are you playing ranked right now?
I am. I've been unfortunately, I have been trouble bouncing between Emerald and Platinum this season. I think that's what everybody's been doing. We played Earth together last night, and that was rough. So.
Oh, we got stomped. Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Just been doing a lot of YouTube stuff lately. I went oh my god, you're not gonna believe this. I don't know if I told you, but one of my videos went viral, right? And
which one?
The Morgana Fast Clear. It's got like 1.5 thousand hits, while everything else has got like 100.
Hey.
Oh, was that yours?
Yes.
Oh, I saw that one.
There's something funny. Like my buddy texted me when it was at like 35 views. So I'm screen sharing, thinking it's not picking up any audio in the background. It's like 10:45 at night, and my wife comes out and she's like, "Babe, come to bed and warm me up. I'm cold." And I'm like, "No, woman, get away from me. I'm busy recording." And
I have to do the pods, the videos.
Yes. I upload this, man, and I'm not even joking. My buddy texted me. He's like, "Hey, is there audio in this? Why is there audio here?" And I'm like, "What the hell do you mean, Paul? There should not be any audio." And then I listened to it, and it's already at 150 views. I'm like, "Well, I can't take it down now." So, oh man, it was actually pretty funny. Are you done with exams?
Yeah, I know. I'm all done. I'm basically graduated. I'm just waiting for them to give me the paper. But yeah, all done.
You said you've got a job lined up, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing consulting, staring at a computer, doing graphs,
making the big bucks,
making money.
That sounds like a lot of fun, man. I wish I would sit behind a desk some days. That'd be great. But what else do we have on here? Have you seen any good content? Like all this stuff's pretty old.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk more about Earth and tell people what it is if they don't know, if they might be new and listening?
Yeah, sure. So basically what Earth is they just got rid of all mana. So every champ has max mana all games. You never run out. And they just dropped the ability cooldowns by, I don't know the exact percentage. Do you know what it is? I don't know how much they dropped it by, but basically they just give you tons of ability haste, enough to where you can basically just be spamming cooldowns that are like 10 seconds, come back like every like 3. Like it's very, very short. So it's just like you're rapidly just tapping abilities. So it's really fun if you play mages a lot. If you play assassins, it's very broken. But if you play like regular fighters or bruisers, it can be pretty bad because you don't really get to experience the same buffs. What do you think about that, Mark? Mark plays Riven a lot more, so I don't know. What do you think about them in the fight, like the bruisers in Earth?
Yeah, I stopped playing Riven for Earth just because, like, especially at the start of the games, it's usually a bunch of mages or like ADCs who will just stand there and shoot at you while you're under the turret, and they have no mana and can just spam all their abilities. So it really sucks to be any kind of fighting champ or like bruiser playing Earth sometimes.
Yeah, like the beginning game is just completely different because no one focuses on farming really at all. Like you just people will sometimes start like 3 people in one lane. Sometimes all 4 people will go to one lane, and there'll just be like a large team fight at the beginning of like half of the games. And you can use that time obviously just to farm up on the other side of the map if you're not in it, or cower under the turret if you're one of the 2 people who picked the wrong lane.
Yeah, when we were playing, I was thinking, oh, I'm just going to go Senna and destroy that way, but I don't think that really worked out. So, moving on from Earth, I suppose, I think it's fun, but for me, I'm a boomer, so, like, I'm used to, like, vanilla stuff, so I'm just sitting there playing ranked.
Oh no, I completely understand. It feels like you're doing like a cocaine version of the game. Like
Yes.
it's just the adrenaline tapping parts.
See, back in my day, the only extra game modes we had were Twisted Treeline and Dominion, which I would love to see Dominion come back because it's a lot like Pokemon Unite was.
What are the 2 game modes?
Yeah,
Like,
are you talking a little bit about Dominion? But what's the other one?
It was Twisted Treeline. It was a 3v3. Dominion was 5v5, capture the point for points. It was it's a lot like Pokemon Unite. But yeah,
well, that'd be cool.
So
yeah, no, I like Earth though, but it is sadly only like a 2-week mode. Like they're getting rid of it pretty shortly. So
it'll be back.
Really?
That's
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
like-
Riot does. They cycle in and out game modes all the time. So it'll be back soon. It'll definitely be back soon, especially if people play it. So if you guys are watching this and you want it, make sure it's popular.
keep playing.
ARAM. That's what they do with ARAM. That's why it's permanent now. People
Yeah,
just
exactly.
love playing
You know
so
what?
much.
Yeah, you're right. It was so popular to play on Summoner's Rift that they had to go and make ARAM in its own mode. And I think they took it away for a little while, and then they brought it back as a permanent thing. So, personally,
Yeah, John's
I
been
still
playing a
keep
lot of Malphite in the Earth mode because you get to abuse his poke so much because the cooldown is so slow
I hate him.
and it's
I hate him.
unblockable. It is so busted
Did you
because
guys do the-
you just are like basically like just poking like an ADC or like
You went as
Teemo.
a-
Like
you went as
that's
a
the
poke.
level.
You went as a poke character, Mark. Who was it that we just like kept him at the turret for the first like 3 minutes?
Oh, I think I was playing Lux. Oh, I was playing Lux, and we were playing against a Garen and a Darius, and so they just couldn't really leave their turret, and they were just
Poking and
stunned.
rooting and poking
Yeah.
and rooting because it's just a game really built around mages. And if you try to abuse, like the fighters just can't be abused the same because their cooldowns are like not
Already short.
They're
That's
already
what-
short, you know. Once they go in, most of the time, you can
maybe
just
next
fight.
time. Maybe next time I play, we'll play AP Senna instead.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Also, Vigard's broken. He's too easy to farm with, so that's all.
You get the
Oh,
bandit,
really?
that shit, bro.
I can see that just because he can spam that first ability and just constantly hit minions and champions. So
Yeah, and then once you're in team fights, you just throw in the third every every like
cage.
2 seconds. The cage is going up, so it's just like another thing you have to worry about the whole time you're fighting.
speaking of Vigard, I think someone posted on Reddit last night. I was like a 10,000 AP Vigar at Baron.
Oh my
I'm not sure if
God.
it one-shot Baron, but kudos to that guy for spending that much time farming 10,000 AP
In a single game, that's
Well,
insane.
This is like
Just
practice
losing the whole
tool.
time.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then.
So he's just losing a game and just farming. He's like, "Don't worry, guys, I'll carry at the end."
Yeah, no, that would be terrible. It'd be like, hold on, just go really, really, really late. It'd be like a 60-minute game. I wonder what the latest game is. Oh, Will, I'm starting speedrunning, man.
Yes. I've seen some of the videos on the YouTube, like speedrunning jungle and stuff.
Yeah, I am a world record holder. That's because I started it and no one else has joined. So
No one's
one's
attempted
joined.
me.
no one has brought the challenge. So if anybody wants to, my Gragas full clear plus double scuttle is sitting at 3 minutes and 29 seconds. So you have to full clear
Shit.
and be back in base. And once you touch the fountain, that's when your time stops. So if anybody
Wait, you
wants
fully clear your entire jungle?
yep, and take both
Is
scuttles.
Is it like specifically with Gragas, or can you do it with any jungler?
Well, what I was thinking is if we took like each character as their own division. So anybody who wanted to go in the Gragas division can go in the Gragas division. Anybody who wanted to go in like an Evelyn division can go in an Evelyn division. Master Yi, etc., etc. Some other things I was thinking about doing, because they do it on the LUL speedrun, like fastest time to complete tutorial, fastest death by enemy fountain. So you gotta have a champion that can get over the walls and make it to the enemy fountain. So I'm thinking like Tryndamere, Tristana, something like that.
Bye.
That's a troll. That's trolling. Okay.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be awesome. Well, like this is gonna be all in like practice mode, so we don't want to screw people's games up. So,
But it'd be funny to do it during a game.
maybe there's a there's a category for like fastest win and fastest loss. So, have you ever heard of the pro team that had the holds the record for the fastest loss in game?
I have not heard of it.
Pretty sad.
So this is a League of Legends team. It's in the Russian tournament. They were in last place. I mean, last place. So the Russian league came and basically said, you guys either need to sell your space or something, change or win or something, because they kept losing 10th place. And this was back when relegations were a thing. If you were 10th place and there's a good chance you could lose your spot to another team. So they changed their whole branding and they brought in an all women's team, and they did terrible because it was a publicity stunt. A lot of people were like just not good. I think they lost in like 13 minutes in a pro game. So they lost before you could concede.
No.
Like before the surrender even comes up.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
It was bad. But
I kind of want to see the video.
yeah, it's on Google, or not on Google, YouTube. I think
You can find it.
You can Google YouTube.
You can get there.
There's a lot of good stuff in Reddit this week. This one comes from the Bear. He's been on my show. We've interviewed the Bear, and he's actually he's our support for our team because we're partnered with 16-Bit Genesis now. And this is one thing that he taught me that he shared on Reddit, and it's got pretty good upvotes. It's how to stop people from banning the champion you're hovering. Your champ you're hovering. Say you hover Morgana and it gets to ban phase. You good?
Oh yeah, we're good.
Okay. Say you.
That was just like a virus update, security,
Okay.
yada yada,
like,
clear. No, we're fine.
Say you hover Morgana, it gets ban phase. If you select Morgana to ban but don't ban Morgana, no one else can select it to ban her. So as long as you have it selected to ban but don't ban, no one can select her to ban. Just change your ban after everyone has banned or change to someone else last second. Hopefully this helps people. It also doesn't stop the other team from banning your champion, so I hope this helps. So basically, you hover your champion and you hover it as a ban, and it's locked, so no one else can get in there.
No one can try to. That's actually really smart. I'm gonna start doing that with Fizz because I've had people on my team ban Fizz multiple times.
I ban Fizz all the time.
As if you're not playing him, you should. He's really, especially in Earth, because your cooldowns are on like 2 seconds.
Oh,
so
stupid.
You can just like attack in stasis, and then your stasis comes back every 30 seconds, and then you just use your little third ability to hop out untargetable. It's terrible.
As long as you don't whiff your ults.
Yeah, also you can't do that. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, for
My
sure.
Master Yi's been banned a bunch too. Like every time I play.
Oh yeah, fuck Master Yi.
Oh yeah, I believe that one.
Most definitely.
This one I thought was really important too. Was something that I didn't know, and this comes from another dance. They said, did you know AI players in ranked follow your pings? A lot of people,
really?
Apparently, says a lot of people think AI players to replace AFK just passively farm and split push all game. They do, but only if you never ping. If you ping regularly, then they will go to where you say to engage and retreat from when you say to retreat. Try it.
Robots are smarter than my teammates.
Yes. This person says, so true. Every second match I discover another type of idiot in the Wild Rift universe. Let's last game, a Yi jungle had even the legendary skin, so I thought, great, he knows what he's doing. Big mistake. He was never on time, not close. When there was an
Yeah.
objective, Baron Drake or Herald was there, etc. He was on the complete opposite side of the map. His build was a disaster, and his stats, complete catastrophe with 0-12.
Oh, 0-12.
I wish I had AI in this case. I feel targeted by this guy. That was
Are
definitely...
you a Yi jungle?
No, God, no. He's a
Okay,
terrible
okay.
champion. I'm not supposed to say that. I'm definitely biased, though.
Yeah, I don't like Yi as a jungle, honestly. Like, once if I see a Yi jungle in my rank games, I'm like, this is probably not gonna go well. We're probably not gonna have a good time.
If you're in a game with me, you better learn how to hover ban Yi, because I'm banning him. Even if you're hovering him, I don't care.
I'll snipe it. I'll do it last second.
Last second, it's going away. Is jungle the least desired? Oh, I'm sorry, this one comes from Slim97 Shady. Is jungle the least desired role, and if so, why? I played ranked and always put Phil in my position. 9 out of 10 games, I get jungle. I am surprised by this because I played LoL for a few years, and support was the least picked role by a mile. And you would always get autofilled to support. I'm glad it's like this because I enjoy the jungle and I play a mean Lee Sin, but I am curious why people like support more than jungle.
You get a friend.
Do what?
You get a friend.
He said you get a friend
I
if
ain't
you
going
play support.
alone.
You get a little buddy, an ADC.
Oh, for support?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You're
yeah,
also
yeah.
more new players to Wild Rift, and new players don't like going alone.
No, yeah.
As a new player.
I think
Right?
I think the game's a lot more casual and targeted towards having a group of people, especially with the guild system. Yeah, I hate going alone, so sometimes you got to take a support for protection.
And yeah, no, jungle just sucks. It's the hardest one to do. You have to be paying attention to the map so well, and you get blamed for everything.
Everything is jungle's fault.
Never there on time.
Not there. You yanked too late. You didn't gank at all. Why aren't you helping me? I'm sad.
Smite it too early. Smite it too late.
Stop picking on me, guys. Jeez.
It's just
Stop.
all the things.
Just no.
I'm
mean
no,
to me
it's
right
fine.
I used to have jungle as my second under solo lane, and
Yeah.
then
He
once
kept getting it.
I kept getting it, and I was an emerald, and I was like, I can't. Once I got to higher emerald, I'm like, I can't jungle. It's too hard. The people are too good.
Yeah, I noticed. Well, that was my thing. I really wanted to play AD carry. At lower elos, I'm great at it, but as soon as I got to like Emerald 2, Emerald 3, I couldn't keep up mechanically, so I had to swap to jungle, and then I did climb to Diamond, but it's not always the most fun role to play. And to pick out something from that this guy said, if you're going to play ranked, don't play Phil, because no one's good enough. Well, I don't want to say no one's good enough to fill every role, but most people aren't. There will definitely be a point where you plateau, and if you actually want to climb, there's definitely going to be something that you're better at. And I proved to myself mathematically, I had a 50.4% win rate as an AD carry, but I had a 54% win rate as a jungler. One of the accounts I made Diamond, the other one I didn't, and it was the one where I statistically had a higher rate before because I won more playing that role. I don't know if it's because I was better in that role. I don't know if it's because other people suck in that role. I truly don't know. But I abused Evelyn, so
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. And also I think like this comment right here, whatever, the top one, it says you have to rely on collaboration from your entire team, but you also get blamed when they don't collaborate with you. Which is like, yeah, that's the problem with jungling. There it is. You depend on collaboration to be effective, and they just think you're gonna babysit them to get the objectives.
yep.
Yeah. Which
I can't win your lane for you. That's your job to do. I'm supposed to be there when the enemy jungle shows up. And then I'm not, so good luck. This one I found pretty interesting. This person is Interflan6775. They say Apple Pencil makes skill shots 100% better. They were testing out Lee Sin on an iPad Pro with 120 Hz enabled with an Apple Pencil. They say, gosh, the flow and accuracy is insane compared to using iPhones. Pay to win in a way, lol. I don't know if it's because of the Apple Pencil or if it's just because they were playing on a phone previously and then they had like 120 FPS.
And also an iPad, like those huge ass screens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be easier. Would it be easier to move around the map with an iPad?
I don't think it's as natural, but if you're doing a shot with like a pencil,
I think
there's
you
less motion.
I think you can see better on an iPad. Like you see the maps better, you see what's going on
Dude, I'm a
clearer. It has
I'm a boomer
the
with glasses, so I play on my iPad most of the time. Um,
how is
so
it?
Is it better than your phone?
I think so because I think the human eye sees like 70 frames per second. And we're back live. Technical difficulties. My iPad cut off. I have no idea why. So 120 frames per second where we're at. The human eye can see like 70, so it's much clearer. Like that jump from 30 to 60 is huge, and that jump from it's less. It's do you know what the term diminishing returns?
Yeah, absolutely. Me and my little bro, we all play on Androids, and
Yep.
it's terrible. They're so bad. They go 30 frames per second. They look like dog shit.
I'll do
I
that
played
too.
on my girlfriend's iPhone one time, and it's like just like putting on glasses for you can like
first time.
see details.
Yeah, my phone
Yeah,
started
and you're just
turning
like-
off randomly.
Oh yeah, no, like
Just an update.
it just goes to an update, and you're like, no, I didn't ask for this. And
Yeah,
it's some
absolutely.
hacker trying to get into your account.
Probably worked.
Up next we have. Oh no, that's the same one.
What's the same one?
It might help if I click the right one. We
I'll find the
have Yoram on helping finding a main. They say, I'm new to Wild Rift and I have a small amount of MOBA experience. Right now, my main points of focus are trying to learn champ abilities along with their power spike strengths and weaknesses, items, runes, and all that stuff. For now, I'd like to main a reasonably versatile champ so I can learn to pilot a decent level to allow my brain to focus on the other aspects of the game until I feel more secure about my game sense. All I know is I don't care to play ADC. Good choice. Historically, I've been most at home playing tanks. Good choice. Bruisers, well-rounded melee frontliners, or even wardens. I like contributing to team fights rather than split pushing or being a single-target assassin. So far, Pantheon, Jax, Jarvan have seemed like good fits for me, but meta-wise, I don't really know who's viable or above my pay grade in terms of ease to pilot. Should I consider some other champions that I failed to mention? Did you have trouble finding your main?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I don't even know how I started playing Ziggs. I just played against him. That's how I found him, actually. I take that back. I was playing, I think, like Ari or some other champion that you play early on. And I was playing against the Ziggs. And that's when I first was like, oh, that's terrible. I hate fighting that. And then I wanted to start playing him. And that's also how I started playing Fizz now, which I've just been playing for like the past probably week. Only Fizz, really. Because he's awful to play against. I hate it. So I would just recommend start playing champions that are terrible to fight against.
Yeah, I hate Fizz. And I hate
That's also how I got into Teemo, because I was like, this is so annoying. And then I was
Oh,
like,
you
oh,
tried
everyone
chasing
hates
with the
Teemo.
bombs?
Yeah.
the little mine layer. For me, this is something that hits home with me because I cannot pick one champion to save my life. I bounce all over the place, but I typically know what play style I want to play. There's actually an app called like Find Your Champion or whatever. It's a League of Legends thing, so I can't remember exactly what it's called, and I should probably have pulled it up for this one. But you can answer some questions, and it'll help you pick a character that's right for you. And
We just got it. Here, I'm going to put it in the show
it.
notes. It's not letting me type. Okay, here we go. It's not letting me type for some reason here.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, there we go. It's at the bottom now.
At the bottom? Alright. Find your champion, Wild Rift. Let's go. Come on. Go to it, please. Find your champ. Open with Safari. So basically, it's going to ask you a series of questions. I think swipe or left. Oh my gosh, this is like Tinder. Do I dream?
It is like Tinder.
Do I dream of a nine-tailed fox girl?
Do you-
Yes. Do I swipe right? I don't know. How does Tinder work? Do you swipe right or left?
Oh,
I
look!
see,
It
I
tells
see.
you setting allies up.
Oh,
Or
when
cutting
you
enemies
drag it.
down.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just drag it on the other side. Setting allies up, or drag it the other way, cutting enemies down.
Setting allies up for me.
That's a support.
There you go.
Do you start fights or support your team? I definitely start fights by supporting my team.
Okay. All right.
I give my team the edge they need. This excellent. It's your time. It's time your enemies faced the surging Storm's Fury. Which one do you guys want to pick?
I feel like the stunning music is Seraphine.
Seraphine.
Moving.
You're definitely gonna get Seraphine, right?
Or Sona.
Oh.
Yeah, or Sona.
Gotcha. Okay, apparently we are Soda mains from now on.
All right.
So, this is findyourchampion.wildrift.leagueoflegends.com. So, go on and I'll post that in the show notes. So, take a look at that. Or I'll post the show notes on how the hell do I get out of here? Done. Okay. Moving on. Broken attack. Have you guys noticed any problem with like the attack button?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. They said
This
from
Pops.
this guy's got a lot of awards on this one. 600.
Oh man,
votes.
look at that.
It says, despite being only 13, they broke the attack range, and I can't believe nobody's talking about it. Since the last update, half of the time I tap my attack button, my champion does nothing because there is an enemy with less HP outside of my attack range. Happens for both melee and ranged champions, but ranged have it worse, especially in team fights. I've lost count of how many times I've died or missed a kill because I mash my attack button, but my champion doesn't react and tries to target an enemy that is way outside of my attack range. This is stupid change. It makes the game unplayable. I've definitely noticed it myself.
Wait, so you mean like the attacks will not go to the lowest person in your range?
Correct.
No. So what happens is like you'll be.
Because I've been doing this with Fizz and just zooming around and randomly getting killed because I just jump onto whoever. By auto attacking.
Like it targets like the person with the lowest health, even if they're not in your attacking range. So like you'll be attacking people, and like it'll just stop because it's trying to go attack that other person, but you can't because they're not in your range. So you just stand still and do nothing.
Oh, so you just have to press on the face to like lock in whoever you're gonna go for.
Yeah, you gotta lock in.
I haven't noticed that as much because that's what I always do. I always select the lock in and then auto attack from there.
Yeah, I always drag too.
Yeah, that's the one thing you can do to like make sure
That
it absolutely
doesn't
works.
happen.
Yeah.
All right. I gotcha.
For me, I've drug the attack button over people and I've just missed. So that's why I definitely I'm boomer, man. I got these boomer mechanics, boomer hands, boomer eyes. So I got to make sure I take every route I possibly can to make it correct. From what I heard, they were talking about hot fixing this. They're supposed to have fixed it sometime soon.
Well, that'd be cool. I think there was some update we had to download last night, so I don't know if that fixed it, but hopefully.
This is a Morgana double jungle. I should have put this in the gameplay for people who don't know how it's done. I actually made the video that we were talking about earlier, fast clearing it. But yeah, she just has the ability to make a really fast clear on level 1.
You see this nonsense? That's absurd. It looks like she's gonna die, but she has smite, right?
Yeah, sure to use smite to keep herself alive.
Okay.
If you can get a leash, it's much better. I think I can't remember how fast I cleared the whole jungle, minus Scuttle Crab, but it was fast. You can do it between red and raptors as well. The little ones will leash back, but the big one will stay. I think you can do it between red and Krugs too. So if you're not done killing the red buff, you can run over and kill. You can run over and pull the Krugs as well. weaponized ban system. I thought this one was pretty interesting because I feel like you definitely could, should you be with like a trio or something. But I don't think you get banned for anything at all other than going AFK. This comes from Citizen of the Neo City. Has anyone else had their allies weaponizing the banning system against them? I just had a ranked game where one of my allies saw me pre-pick Soraka and was like, don't play Soraka, play anything else. I said, Soraka is what I'm great at, leave me be. He then banned Soraka and said, she's dead weight, don't play her, I'm doing you a favor. This is how I feel with certain characters.
Sorry.
No,
You
you're
were
good.
getting more
It's fun.
toxic in the higher ranks.
This is what I do with Master Yi, so I understand.
Mhm.
I feel where that person's coming from. I did decent with Morgana 7-5-11, but still, why kneecap your teammates? Has anyone else had this experience? God, I hate it here. I haven't had that experience. I've done that experience. So
That happens sometimes when I play Fizz. People will just
Yeah.
auto ban. Like they'll just, as soon as they go in, they'll ban it. People sometimes do it to be mean, but you know, what are you gonna do?
yep. I just
Will always just says,
It's a video game.
Will always just says, I'm gonna feed now.
Oh,
And
I always say, if they say it, I always just tell them a feed. We're gonna lose this now, and then I
Yes.
just play regular. So
Yep, I will run it down. I will die level 1 to minions. I actually thought this when I read this post, it was about something else, or I read the title of the post and I kind of briefly picked it. I thought they were talking about like the report system banning, which that would be shitty too.
nah.
So
I mean, I've gotten all my homies to report someone whenever they.
yeah, we'll all ban or report someone at the same time. It still doesn't do anything, but you know.
We usually just get off in the chat.
Yeah, normally we just flame them. That's the best you can do most of the time.
yeah, but then you get chat banned. So yeah.
Do you?
I've never been
I've
chat
never been
banned.
chat banned. No.
I know it happens, but what do you have to be saying to get chat banned?
I heard someone say that they were chat banned longer for than they've been playing the game, or longer than the game's been out. So
What did they say?
I have no idea, but it had to be pretty bad.
See, people say that, but I'm like, what were you doing? Like, how did that even
It had
happen?
to be bad. It had to be really bad because I've said some stuff. And never had any trouble.
Yeah, no, I just shut up for the most part. I'll just be like 1-6, 1-8, 1-9.
Yeah, you just keep posting every time they die.
Ping
And
when
then-
they're gonna respond.
And then they start flaming me because I'm 1-6, 1-8, 1-9.
And you're like,
Then I'm like,
man.
fuck you guys. This is a long one. This is from Pass My Guard. Pro tip, learn how to properly lose lane. It's one of the most important aspects of climbing in rank. You're not going to win every lane. Sometimes you're against a player. Sometimes you're against a better player. I cannot read. Sometimes you're countered. Sometimes the enemy jungle camps you. Sometimes you're just having a bad game. The moment you realize that you're in a losing lane, the most important thing that you can do is not feed. You are no longer the carry. Your job is to stop the bleeding and give your other lanes a chance to carry. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes they will, but your job is to be as carryable as possible. This means you might get gold starved and not feel powerful for that specific game. You'll have to sacrifice some gold and get less CS. You might even have to build differently, building more for survivability. If you're an assassin, you might just have to adjust your playstyle. Instead of diving the enemy AD carry, use your damage to aid whoever's the strongest carry on your team. Kill the guy who is diving him. If you're a mage, focus on utility. Build Rylai's and focus on using your CC to protect the strongest teammates. If you're a bruiser, build tank, items, and peel. If you're an AD carry, change the way you approach team fights and make sure your utility counts. Just because you're not doing as much damage doesn't mean your Ashe ult, Varus ult, Caitlyn traps, etc. can't be incredibly game-changing in fights. Whatever you do, just don't allow your opposing laner to spiral out of control. Whew, that was long. I agree completely. I always tell people League of Legends is a game of attrition, so it's not always about you gaining everything on the map, it's about your enemies losing everything on the map. What do you guys think about that?
I agree. I think that's how I started climbing up through Emerald last season. Like last season, I almost got to Diamond. I was like two wins away from Diamond, and then like the season ended and everything. But I had to learn how to just lose my lane, because sometimes like I'd be going against like Diamond ones, and I was just getting my ass kicked all the time. And you just have to not feed. You have to not make them super fucking fed so that they go and destroy your whole team. And you have to realize, like, all right, sometimes it's okay to lose your turret, like, because once you lose your turret in the solo lane, it lets you roam more to go possibly help other lanes
Yes.
and go support them and help them get stronger.
Yep, losing gracefully is just as important as winning forcefully. Probably not as just as important, but knowing how to be less of a liability in a bad situation. So this is something new for our visual watchers on YouTube. Sorry, audio listeners on Spotify. Wow, I can't even think where we're at. This is the gameplay segment, and something new, I suppose, just pulling things from Reddit and what people have posted. So if you're listening on Spotify, come join us on YouTube, KDA Podcasts. Come subscribe. We're at
Hop on.
we're at
It's one app
57
away.
now. Yeah, one app away, and you could be enjoying this sweet time with your boys. If okay, this quality is there. We go. Let's
There
run
we
that-
go.
Let's run that back.
Oh, I've seen this one.
I know what
It's
he's
so
gonna do.
nasty.
What?
It
Yeah,
That's
that is
terrible.
insane.
you
Nah,
can do that with a collie too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look. So he does the thing where he attacks him, he
He's
marks
using his
him,
ult.
and then he teleports, and he just rides the teleport.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right back
Yeah,
to his
so
lane.
he can't do anything.
Dude, that I saw it and I was like, oh, I have to talk about this one.
Yeah, that's bad.
We have.
I'd be so upset as that TF. I'd be crying. Just
I'd be,
brought
I'd
him
be,
to
I'd
the
be
whole
mad at him if I was his teammates. Like, what did you guys just do to me?
How did you do that?
This
Alright,
was
what
a
do we got?
pretty insane fewer outplay. I don't know why it's not
It's kind
higher
of laggy.
quality. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh
She gets away with no health.
no!
Oh, is she gonna go end it?
Is she gonna
Oh,
end
no.
it? The split pusher, splitting and pushing. You can have the dragon. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Just got clowned
Oh.
by. We had a game like that
Oh,
earlier. I
we
got
literally
so
played
mad.
an Earth game where that happened. And it was my fault, kinda, mostly.
There's a twisted fate just running up his lane. We had the inhibitor on two lanes. He had it on one lane. He just ran up silently. I was pinging him the whole way he ran.
Oh, you took
Yeah.
2 turrets.
And everyone ignored him, and he just ran up to the inhibitor and ended the game. Ended
Yeah,
Nexus.
we were all in like a 4v4 fight, and he just was off doing his own thing. Getting...
TF took 2 turrets on the way up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's because his ult plus the Earth cannon, you can basically just ult to anywhere and map it all. Like there's not even, you know how he has a range?
Yeah.
That basically doesn't exist if you could just shoot halfway across.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a really good
And
point.
then you ult from there, because then you just get like double the range basically on the ult.
Gotcha. And he's known for killing towers extremely fast.
Yeah, it was bad. It was pretty upsetting. Because we were like totally winning. We were ahead in
Yeah, we're definitely
kills,
gonna win the match.
ahead in turrets. Okay, all right.
This one's who to blame, me or Ash.
I'm confident. No. Oh.
Okay, that is. Oh no! 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 That's Ash. That Ash killed you. That Ash killed you. Bonk.
No. That was funny.
I thought it was gonna be off of the ult. I thought the person was just gonna run by Ash's ult and kill him, and that's why he was blaming her. But she just full on killed his ass.
Yeah, no, she literally killed him.
They're duo queues, so they have to be friends. And if you can't do this with your friends, then what's the point of having them?
That's just so ridiculous.
I want to do that to Will now.
Boink. Yeah.
Oh, clown! I
Yeah.
should have kept running.
Yeah, you should have kept running.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all I had for the gameplay. If people like that or enjoy that, let us know down in the comments, and we'll definitely do some more. And if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you come over to YouTube as well. Support us there. It really helps. Every little bit helps when you're an independent creator that does this for free for no money because we're broke. So
Exactly.
and I have to pay Will somehow, and it's been less favorable means so far. So, but
Yeah, check out the YouTube, guys, for real.
also, if you want to get your VODs reviewed, send it to us at KDA podcastwr@gmail.com. Always looking for new opportunities. We definitely want to help get your rank up. Shout out to 16-Bit Genesis for a lot of the guys come on and help us out with the VOD reviews, so it's less work on my end. Thank you. Unfortunately, we're still working on some scheduling issues with Hell's Wild Rift. It wasn't available today. That's why we ran with this show instead. But we're still working on that. It's hard because he's in CET time, which is Central European time, and like 11 o'clock here is 5 o'clock in the afternoon for him, and I'm at work at 11 o'clock unless it's the weekend. So hopefully we can figure something out soon with Hells, and then we won't have to keep promising it and not delivering.
We have been promising it for a while. So, I mean, at this point, does the listener even really know if we're talking to Hells?
We want Hells. The people want Hells.
I know. I feel so bad because, like, one of these days I'm just going to take a day off from work and not consult Will, and he's going to be like, dude, I can't make it. So, but I guess with that being said, we'll sign off and we'll see you guys on the Rift.
All right, see you all on the Rift.
Thanks
See you
for
next
having me.
episode, guys.